I be the a-hole if I told my best friend it's her responsibility to pay her boyfriend's Airbnb share to me first, then figure it out between the two of them?
If it's her friend and she's organizing it, yeah.
I, 38 female, third wheeled with my best friend, 39 female, and her new boyfriend, 40 male, to ring in 2024. We booked an Airbnb, and I put the entire amount on my card since I'm the only one with an Airbnb account. This was the first time I met him too, so I know very little about him and have barely interacted with him. Let's call them Andy and Anna. Afterward, she paid her third somewhat quickly. I did have to prompt after 2 weeks. She said she's going to get her boyfriend's share, then forward that to me.
Get her boyfriend's share and then forward
it to me. Instead of paying for both of them.
Yeah, she should pay for.
Yes,
she should pay for both of them.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
No, but you were saying that OP was the a-hole.
Oh, I was saying. I'm sorry. I meant the person.
I was like, why would OP be the a-hole?
I thought OP was like the Yeah.
No,
the person that's not paying is the a-hole.
I found out later that he got upset with her because he's frugal, and she made it sound like it was going to be a lot cheaper. She chose the place, then told me which one to book. Anyway, they had a fight. Then she said she's going to wait for things to cool down before broaching the subject of payment again.
But here OP is
without the
out
money.
On the line, without any money.
Once again, I'm annoyed because I felt like it should have been her responsibility to cover for him ASAP instead of putting me in this weird position where I have to wait for him to pay her, then her to pay me. It's like playing telephone with money and I'm just hanging in limbo.
That's lame.
But there was some comment. Someone commented something about an Airbnb story. El Salsa says, dude, I Airbnb'd with a friend and her boyfriend and they considered themselves as one person basically. So I paid half and they paid half and I got to sleep on the couch? What? No, you split that 3 ways. They've been fighting a lot, so I think the payment topic got quickly left in the dust. It's been 2 months and they've both forgotten about it. I reached out to her Sunday, early March, and she was shocked to realize that it still hadn't been paid. I believe her surprise because she can be forgetful. I don't think she's intentionally ducking me. She said she'll talk to him this week, and I thanked her. But honestly, I'm pissed because 1, I think his share of the payment should have been her responsibility to me. I feel like at our age, this etiquette should be a given. She doesn't seem to realize I'm an outsider being put in an awkward position.
Yeah. I think that's kind of whack. And also, Riza Khan made a great point, right? But she was on the couch. Yeah, if you're on the couch, you should not. I forgot. She was on the couch.
She was on the couch.
That's whack. That's whack.
Yeah. Oh, wait. The El Salsa? Or?
Yeah, El Salsa.
Yeah. I also think it's weird when I think couples always get their own rooms. I think it should be up for grabs.
Whoever pays more.
Yeah, at an Airbnb. Yeah. If you pay more, you get your own room.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not fair. But there's more to this. Instead, her POV seems to be that we're 3 individuals with equal social distance from each other. So once she paid her own share, she forgot about how much he owed me. This would have been understandable if I was also friends with her boyfriend, but I'm not. Yeah, that's so weird that she's expecting her boyfriend to kind of reach out to OP when it doesn't seem like they have that relationship at all.
Yeah.
Like, that's your boyfriend.
Yeah, if it's you pay for your plus ones.
Yeah. Number 2 reason. It's been 2 months. When I owe people money, I set a reminder and pay ASAP. If I can't pay immediately, I take it on myself to reach out weekly to say I haven't forgotten. In this case, I had to chase her down. So it feels like she's put the onus of remembering on me when it should have been hers to carry. Also, I think she should have just paid both their shares back in January. There's some things that I am trying to be understanding of. Work is really toxic to her and she's been having health issues with an upcoming surgery in April. Not major, but still scary. She's also been fighting with the boyfriend. I'm trying to give her grace, but I also think this is not cool. Would I be the a-hole if I ask her to just pay me from her own money, then figure it out with him on her own time? No, I think that's
not the
fair.
a-hole at all.
I think you should ask her.
Yeah, I really do think it is on you to pay your friend for your plus one.
Yes. Also, everything hurts. I also loved the use of onus. I think that was...
Onus is great.
Yeah, great word.
It's a great word.
Yeah. No, I think definitely not the a-hole. I think it's especially because we know that the boyfriend said, oh, it seems like it was more expensive than he thought. So OP's
so it sounds like
he's
trying to get completely out of it.
Yeah, but also OP's paying more money than it's not like an excusable amount of money to just...
It's kind of whack.
Yeah.
It's kind of whack.
Yeah, but that's the
end of the
story.
Yeah, I think I think it brings up like good points when people pay for things and you're not. You should. Well, what do you think? Do you think you should settle bill? Sorry, like for example, I paid for dinner the other night and I did not settle it at the table. I feel like if I don't settle it at the table, I'm gonna forget. Yeah, and no one's gonna pay me. Half the people haven't paid me.
Oh. I think you just send out Venmo requests.
I know, but then I have to do all the work to Venmo requests, and I have to remember, and I'm not going to remember.
Oh, see, at the table, I look at like how much it is. Like I do all the math, and then I send out the Venmo request.
I know. I should do it at the table.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys, when you pay for things, do you settle at the table or do you request after? I would love to know what you guys think.
Sometimes I request after, but I figure out how much it is at the table.
Sophia, can you do a short story on your own? Because I desperately need to go to the bathroom, but this stream isn't stopping.
I have a short OKOP story time before we get into that. I was just going to say, this was not like an Airbnb situation, but I had a situation where I and my mom had paid for something, and I won't go into too much details because it'll be too obvious.
She's watching.
Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't my mom. But no, so we paid for something. It was like $50, and a person that we had paid for never paid me back. And I reached out to them over and over, and they were like, hey, I can't pay that right now. And I was like, no worries, just like when you can. And it was like a year. And eventually I just kind of gave up because they never paid me back.
What amount was this?
$50. Which I don't know if it was enough. It was not enough that I was like, I need this money.
No,
but it was enough for me to be like, hey.
$50 is pretty sizable. That's
I was like, hey, but let's get into this next story. I'm not disabled, apparently, since I can walk, talk, and hear. So, TrueSock4285 says, so this is about a now ex-friend, and I'm hoping this fits here because I don't know where else it fits. Happened roughly 4 years ago. I've been out of high school for 2 years. So my high school used to have this kind of support group set up. On Mondays, it'd be for people with mental illness, self-diagnosed and official. Tuesdays, people with disabilities. Wednesdays, people of the LGBTQ. Thursdays were foster care / adoptees / broken homes. And Fridays was venting day, where anyone who needed support could just come vent to an adult. These were mostly run by the school guidance counselors who, mandatory reporters are also completely confidential and weren't allowed to tell your parents anything, just doctors, police, etc., not parents. I can say, I attended many group days, but for the purpose of the story, we're talking about Tuesdays. I have optic nerve hypoplasia. In other words, my optic nerve is too short in my left eye and I have no vision. I attended the group because it was the only way I found people who knew how hard it was to function day to day with no depth perception. It was little things, not being able to throw or catch well, or pour things easily, constantly falling down the stairs, small things that to me and many lazy eye or others with ONH had in common, and it was so freeing to have someone to talk to. Then a girl named Jessica joined the group. Do you understand what's going on here?
That there's someone who has a disability, but it isn't like actually being able to be seen.
Yeah, it's unseen kind of disability. Okay. Then a girl named Jessica joined the group. Jessica was in a wheelchair and surprisingly was the first wheelchair user we had in my time there. We all tried to help her out. In the morning, one of us would get the key to the elevator for her since it was up a flight of stairs, so she couldn't get the key to use the key. Oh yeah, I feel like they should put the key downstairs. Yeah, no, I feel like that key should be downstairs. That seems like a bad design.
Yeah.
She seemed nice, but after a week, she started making small digs at people in the group about how our disabilities weren't that bad or our complaints were kind of sad. We tried to ignore it. The counselors told her no one complains were sad. Everyone had problems, but she didn't stop it. This is Jessica. One day, we all decided to talk for a few minutes about our specific disabilities. The counselor said it'd be fun if we could all give mini presentations to the group about our disabilities and that those with the same condition should pair up. And maybe we could even present them to the school. I paired up with 2 people, let's say Jack and Jill. They also had the same problem. We all only had it in one eye, though, with some minor vision problems in the other eye. We put together a presentation about everything we knew, from potential causes to lack of way to fix it, to our everyday struggles and how we adapted. We gave a presentation and then asked if anyone had questions. And Jessica raised her hand and said, "So you can walk, talk, see, hear. How exactly is missing just one eye a disability? You have all 4 limbs and could do anything you want." It took
Damn!
Jesus. That's not the time.
That's crazy.
To bring that up in like a place where people are allowed to like vent. Weird. It took a moment for me to regain composure before I responded. I can't do everything. I'm not allowed to drive heavy machinery. I can't drive for work. I can't be a pilot, can't be police or firefighter, can't do delivery work. And in many stores, I can't work due to equipment needing unloading trucks and stocking shelves. When picking a career and future, I have to look so deeply into the job to ensure I won't hurt myself or anyone else. I'm disabled. It's an invisible disability, but it is a disability. Absolutely. Yeah, that is just, it's a weird thing to call out people in a room where they're allowed to talk about their disabilities. She scoffed, and one of the counselors had pulled her out to talk to her, but unfortunately, during the next presentation, that didn't stop her. Yikes. The next one was about a girl who was born deaf. She had cochlear implants so she could hear, but she's still deaf without them, still disabled. At the end, Jessica raised her hand. Oh, God.
Jessica, stop raising your hand. I wish your arms were disabled.
Jesus. Sam does not wish that. Sam doesn't wish that.
I do.
Sam!
Only for Jessica.
Sam! Anyway, Jessica raised her hand and said, "You don't really belong here, though. You can hear just fine. You can hear just fine now, and you can do everything, can't you?" The girl wasn't a pushover, though, and I guess after seeing Jessica, to us was ready. "No," this is the girl. "No, there are still things I can't do. Some technology interferes with my implants, so I can't work with it. My hearing is so sensitive compared to yours that I have constant headaches, so I only wear my implants for a short amount of time a day, which means my job can't require 8 or more hours of hearing. I'm still disabled, and if my implants get damaged, I will be stuck, unable to hear for a long time." Yeah, good on this girl for clapping back at Jessica. Yeah. The counselor dragged Jessica out again, and that time she didn't come back. We didn't see her again in the group. We saw her around school, but her cousin got the key for her from then on. The counselor apologized to us for the problems, and we had finished our finished presentations, but a day that was supposed to be fun to learn in depth about each other's problems was soured by her entitlement to decide what is and isn't
a disability. Yeah,
That
that's
is
pretty
the
whack. I feel like there's a point where it's like you should all have like solidarity.
Yeah.
You know?
You should build each other up.
Build each other up. And instead Jessica is like using
tearing down.
Yeah, all of her ability to tear people down.
Yes.
Which is just not a good move.
Not okay. I will say this is kind of unrelated to Jessica's horribleness. I still think they should make the key accessible to Jessica. She shouldn't need help getting the key. That should be something that's just given to her.
But I actually think now it should be taken away.
No, we don't want to deprive people of
no, not people. Jessica.
That's so messed up that it's like on the flight up.
I know.
That's so funny.
Why is it why is the key on the second floor?
So Jessica can't get it.
This is horrible. They hate her.
Because Jessica is mean.
I think they're trying. The school has it out for Jessica.
Caitlin Majewski says, "I'm petty. Hide the key."
It seems like
Moon
it is
by
being
all
hidden
says,
more.
"Yes, Sam." Christina La Rocca says the key upstairs is a sick joke.
Oh God.
In my dorm when I was in college, they had like no elevators whatsoever. It was an old building, but on the third floor they had a handicap room for people to like it was like whenever you go in the stalls and they have things to help people like raise up and stuff.
Yeah.
They had those all around the room on the third floor with no elevator.
So they were trying to be accessible, but they weren't fully accessible.
It's like literally putting like a carrot on a stick just out of reach.
Yeah, no, accessibility stuff in schools
is whack.
Is not good. But actually, I had a okay story time about so we kind of had in my high school we had it's not a good
Sorry, wrong one.
Conspiracy theory. So at my high school we had kind of a similar thing where we had like a what did she say it was, like a group like
a disability group?
Yeah, but yeah, so they had this kind of group for that. And when I was in high school, I hurt I hurt my hands. I don't know how. They still don't know, but basically I had a lot of hand pain and I had to go to physical therapy for it. And in school, I was allowed to take a lot of my tests and my AP exams on the computer, like using my computer. So I had a what's the word?
A disability add time.
Yeah, something like that. I didn't have extra time, but I was able to use my computer. And like one day I got an email basically telling me to come to the room to talk about like my why am I forgetting the word?
Your disability time.
No, the ability to use the computer.
Wait, like you were going to tell the class like
no.
I'm Sophia and I
my
can't.
accommodations. There we go. Sorry, my accommodations. So
you were going to give a presentation?
No, so they told me to come to the room. Yeah, my disability accommodation. And it, like when I get there, it's all about like disabilities and I felt so out of place because everyone else there had like other much like just like my
and you're like my hands hurt a little bit.
I was like this I was like I'm not supposed to be here. Everyone else was, they had like
take away her extra time.
Yeah, I felt very out of place and everyone else was talking about like how this very deeply affected like their ability to like
and you're like my hands hurt sometimes.
Go to school and like blah 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 and all that stuff and I was like, ooh, sorry guys, I should not be here.
But yet she still took the extra time.
Yeah.
How does that sit with you?
Time.
How does that sit with you? Is that fair?
I didn't
Should
have
Sophia
extra
be
time.
canceled for taking time away from the disabled?
I did deserve to have the computer because my hands were hurting.
For every minute Sophia gets a computer, it's a minute that is taken away from someone who actually needs it.
No, that wasn't the point of my story. It was just that other people had like...
Sophia thinks that she needs the computer more than everyone else.
No, basically.
Red flags in the chat for Sophia stomping on the disabled.
You got me.
Postman that says, Worm Queen didn't steal anything.
Yeah, thank you. No, I did have I needed the computer.
Worm Queen has no hands. But you know what I have? I have another story for everyone. Yeah. So, would I be the a-hole if I rescinded my offer to pay for a friend's birthday dinner after they picked somewhere I can't eat?
Yeah.
And this comes from Lucy Aria Rose. And they say, my friend Luke is turning 40, and I offered to pay for him and a group of our friends to have dinner anywhere Luke wanted. Luke knows I've been vegan since my 20s, and it's never been an issue before. When I asked where he made the reservation, he said, a local barbecue place that is famous here for having a menu that mocks people who don't eat meat. Like literally has sections that says, vegetarian options, don't let the door hit you on your way out.
That's so weird.
That literally sounds like the worst place to invite your vegetarian friend.
Yeah. Why? Who's paying for the meal?
Yeah.
What?
I offered to pay for it. That's crazy.
Oh, he's like, I offered to pay for it. And then he's like, you know what? I actually really don't want you there.
I asked what he expected me to eat. And he got happy and said, well, it's my birthday, so it shouldn't matter. Eat the door on the way out.
There are so many other places, like meat heavy places that have like salads.
Yeah, I actually went to an amazing vegan restaurant that like they did fake food.
Vegan restaurants I went to a vegan restaurant. It's short, very quick. I went to a vegan restaurant when I was in Europe. It was called like vegan junk food. It was so good. Sounds
delicious. So yeah. I asked what he expected me to eat, and he got huffy and said, well, it's my birthday, so I didn't matter. I should eat before getting there and just order drinks while everyone else eats dinner and still enjoy everyone's company, etc. So I was like, eat before.
Yikes.
Wait. Whose birthday is this again?
OP's friends.
OP's friend.
Okay. So it's not their birthday.
So this sounds miserable to me. I had zero expectations of Luke picking somewhere vegan friendly. Hell, I expected him to pick a steakhouse, and I would have been fine with a salad and some sides. I didn't expect him to choose somewhere that prides themselves on meat being in every single dish on the menu.
Yeah, that's so strange.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
How would you feel if I took you to a pescatarian restaurant and an anti-pescatarian restaurant and you're like, you pesky pescatarians, eat doors.
There's not even fish on the menu. It's just like red meat and chicken.
Yeah.
I would be like, that's why am I here? You don't want me here.
Yeah. Put red flags in the chat if you think it's a red flag.
No, Abigail, like I feel like the point isn't that like, the OP's friend can't eat meat. It's just that he went to a place that like OP can't eat anything at.
Yeah. I want to tell him never mind and buy him a traditional birthday gift instead, but feel like a massive asshole for taking back my offer. I don't know what to do, to be honest.
Nah, take it back.
Edited to add, this is a group of 9, so I'm feeling miffed about spending $300 on a meal I can't eat.
Yeah, don't.
Second edit, the exact text I sent was, hey, I want to take you and the friend fam out to dinner for your birthday. Make a reservation somewhere and let me know. And there are some relevant comments and an update. But do you think OP is the a-hole or not?
No.
Why?
I think because it's so rude of him, of the friend. OP offered to pay for a birthday dinner and then OP's friend was horrible.
Yeah. Do you think OP's friend intentionally chose that? Or do you think it was just like, I didn't even realize, but it's my favorite restaurant?
I think it's really weird that even if he didn't intentionally choose it, I think it's like so inconsiderate.
Yeah. Bernie Hart Dragon says maybe he has a disorder where he can only eat meat or something, like he's a cat, potentially.
And he wants to make sure that no one else can have anything.
Yeah. Spivvy Tiffy says friend is a douche.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Absolutely.
So, relevant comment. You're sure there's nothing you can eat? No sides. There's meat in the beans and bacon bits in the coleslaw.
Oh my God.
And the cornbread isn't probably vegan either. You're right.
Probably not.
I don't really eat cornbread and thought it was like muffins I make. Now that's even worse. Yeah. This exchange, so a commenter and OP, why would you pay for other people's meal? You can treat him, but not 9 people. OP said, I offered because we all never get to see each other as a group very often anymore since college. I know Luke and some of the others are still struggling, and I'm thankfully comfortable financially. I wanted everyone to be able to enjoy themselves without being stressed about money.
OP sounds like such a great person, and their friend sounds mean.
Yeah.
Bad.
Kind of whack.
Yeah.
So, OP is voted not the a-hole by Reddit. We say not the a-hole too.
Yeah.
What do you all say? Put in the chat, not the a-hole or
Molly Thornton, I wouldn't eat a shark. I don't know if I can eat a shark. I wouldn't eat a shark. It is
fish.
I wouldn't do that because sharks are
endangered?
Hunted. I think so. Nope. I think they're endangered, and
I don't
want to.
Endangered.
I don't eat sharks. I don't eat dolphins, and I don't eat octopus because I think they're too smart.
They are endangered in Japan or in that area because people will catch them
and
use them for fish fin soup.
Fin soup.
Yeah. No, I feel bad for sharks.
So, update. Hey, folks, this may not be the dramatic update that you wanted, but here we go. First, to clear some things up, many of the comments assumed I was a man and Luke was trying to emasculate me somehow. I am a 41-year-old woman, and our friend group that was invited are 4 women and 6 men. 4 of those people are spouses, and the 6 of us have known each other since college after living in the same academic focus, quote unquote, house senior year, an off-campus housing option where people who share a concentration can apply for and live in a stand-alone. Houses of the campus are university owned. That's a story for another time, just giving context. After deciding to just cancel and take a break from my friendship with Luke, I got a text from our friend Susan letting me know Luke had told everyone where we were going to eat, and without prompting, got several texts back along the lines of, hilarious, but where are we really eating?
Hell yeah.
So everyone was like, I can't,
that's stupid.
That's stupid. Yeah. Without any drama, I guess Luke realized he had made a mistake, and I got a text later in the day from him saying he was sorry and had decided on a different spot. Luke has always been a bit oblivious and bad with social cues, and I'm bad with confrontation, which has a bad mix. Dinner was last night and it went great. Everyone was making fun of Luke for his initial choice, but he took it in stride, and we all had a great time catching up and being away from our respective kids for the night. Sorry for the boring updates.
I think it's still a little bit of red flag on Luke's end, but I'm glad that the friends.
Post Melon says Luke is a stinky man.
Post Melon is right.
But I think Luke was being a stinky man, but he redeemed his stinkiness by taking a bath. He took a shower.
Yeah.
Took a shower.
I agree.
Shout out for stinky men becoming a little bit less stinky.
A little bit less stinky. Putting on a bit of deodorant.
Yeah. Harmless Hag of the Woods said, I ate shark without knowing sharks are something. Because the shark is eaten places in the Caribbean as well. Sharks are my favorite sea creature, so that sucked to know. Well, I'm sorry you ate your favorite sea creature.
That's, wow. You couldn't have said that in a better way.
Well, that's what happened.
I'm sorry. That does suck.
That's what I said.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Izzy, for the 10 gifted memberships.
Izzy, thanks for the memberships. John, do you want to hop back in?
Yes.
because I am also going to eat. Your King John will return. And Sophia, you want to hit this next story?
All right. So, am I the a-hole for not understanding why I did something wrong when my best friend asked for advice on his cheating wife that gave birth to a black baby when they were both white? Yoinks, yoinks, yoinks.
Oh, no.
This comes from Aggressive Parsnip 17, who says, so all of the story is fresh and it's a whole mess. So I'm sorry if I wrote it a bit confusingly, but I hope you understand this moment. Also, I apologize for my English. It is not my first language. So me and Tom have been best friends since we were 23 years old, and we are inseparable. We grew up together and we're like brothers. So during these years, we knew each other extremely well. We knew each other's secrets, fears, desires, practically everything. Ooh.
Intimately.
We went together in the same schools and even had the same job, but at 2 different companies in 2 different cities. We were always hanging out together and with our friends. And 7 years ago, Tom met his wife, now probably his ex. Okay, there's a question mark on that. And from the very beginning, I was against her because of her arrogant and pretentious character. So, attention. OP says, I wasn't always against her because she stole Tom from me, but mostly because I liked his other exes and I thought that they were the right girl for him, but for some reason, it never really worked out, especially with his last ex. She cheated on him and he immediately broke up with her, but his mental and physical health was awful because he suffered a lot, but I was there for him, and in fact, he always thanked me for what I did for him. So now this all distanced me between me and his soon-to-be ex-wife. I will call her Tara. I wonder if it's soon to be like they've decided to get a divorce, or OP's just like, I will do everything in my power. When they got married, I was his best man and I was extremely happy for this. And that day, everything was perfect, even if me and Tara didn't really talk to each other at all that day. Or a lot that day. After a year after their wedding, Tara became pregnant, and watching how happy Tom was made me happy too. I had always supported them. Now, financially, they were going through some tough months, and emotionally, I was super happy to help Tom because he is my best friend, and I would do everything I can for him. Let me double check here. I always supported them financially and emotionally. So I think OP is actually financially helping as well.
Oh, and he's like, I'm giving you money, so you have to listen to what I say about your partners.
Yeah, interesting. So when the big day arrived, the whole mess and drama started. Tara knew very well what was about to happen and didn't want Tom to be there, but he insisted, and she somehow agreed. What is this?
At the birth.
The big day. Yes, you're right. You're right.
Day.
I was there in the hospital too because I was waiting for this awesome moment like it was mine. Ha 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 ha.
Oh my god. Okay, he's a little bit too invested, I think.
Yeah, bro is literally like standing like as she's like sitting there like giving birth, and he's like just standing right there just waiting and ready.
Conspiracy theory. Oh, wait, sorry.
What do you got? Yes.
Do it ready.
Hey, what do you got?
It is his baby.
And that's why he's guilty, and he's giving him money and emotional support.
Yeah. Oh, he's just lying to us. He's an unreliable narrator.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good one. My goodness. Well, when the baby came out, I can assure you that emotions changed in a few seconds. So again, to remind you all, a little TLDR from actually, I'll just read the title. It's a pretty good TLDR. Am I the a-hole for not understanding when I did something wrong when my best friend asked for advice on his cheating wife that gave birth to a black baby when they're both white? So allegedly, this woman, both of them are white, and apparently, I think, put an ICU in the comments, but the baby is not what they are expecting. My God. I passed from hearing, honey, push, to what the F? Oh my God. What the F? How is this baby black? You cheated on me.
Wait, hold on. Before we go into that, because that's a whole separate thing. Why is he in the room?
He's in the delivery room. Bro, what? Like, what is this?
What?
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
He's like, it's in his wedding. Of course I support him. Of course I'll do everything I can. Like,
I paid for him. I sleep in the bed with him.
Sophia? Conspiracy theory. It's actually a counter. OP is in love with Tom.
Oh, yeah. Well, it seems like it. It seems like he's a little bit obsessed.
I mean, yes.
He's like, they're not good enough for him.
Yes. And he's literally like, if I can't have you, what's the next best thing? Literally being at every moment in her life. Yeah. And why is he so thrilled?
He's so thrilled that they're breaking up.
This is going to.
Yeah.
Right?
I think, yeah.
Let us know. Guys, put John in the chat if you think my theory is right, and put Sophia in the chat if you think Sophia's.
What was
right.
my theory?
Your theory was that, it was his child. It was basically, they're literally like the inverse of each other. Like he's either in love with the guy or he's in love with the wife.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Let us know what you think in the comments. Oh, and to correctly point, so Marcia, yes, we've seen many stories. Riley, can you scroll up a little bit? So here's the thing. Thank you, Marcia, for saying this. You can have a black baby and be white versus as it happens. So we've had many stories where two seemingly white passing people end up having a baby, and they're like, oh, well, like the baby looks different. They had like African ancestry. That's what happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened. So, what the F? How is the baby black? You cheated on me. He was screaming this so you could hear it very well. Oh. After a few minutes, he ran out of the room crying and sobbing like I have never seen him. He practically jumped on me, crying continuously, asking, why me? Why me? Why me? God. To read a biology textbook. Fuck. I didn't know what to do because it was the first time something like that has happened. Well, there you go.
Well, yeah, it's the first child.
Yeah. And after a few minutes, my girlfriend arrived and watching the scene.
Oh, he's in a relationship?
Apparently, yeah.
Why is the girlfriend at the birth?
Why is she? No, he called her and now she just arrived.
Okay.
And after I told her, she too started confronting him. That day, he went to stay with us at my house. He went. Stop making assumptions.
Yeah.
Stop making assumptions. He went to sleep immediately after we arrived and slept a lot that day. His phone and my phone were blowing up with calls and texts, people banging at my door, and Tara's parents begging me to let them in, but I told them to go away and that he or me will contact them when the situation would cool down. And to be clear, like, yes, there could be cheating, but to run away and have no get receipts, get the facts, okay, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen too many stories like this. The day after me and my girlfriend had a serious talk about this with Tom, and we asked him if maybe Tara's family had someone black in their family or something like this that maybe could explain the situation. But he told us that he didn't know and didn't even want to think about it. So we asked him to do a paternity test just to be extremely sure and that maybe the whole mess could be explained. Even that day after our talk, he was in a bad way for the whole day and didn't even eat anything. So I texted Tara asking for a paternity test and saying that Tom wanted it.
Whoa. Whoa. So Tom did not ever say that he wanted this?
But OP was like, reached out to Tara and he's like, hey,
Tom wants this.
Tom wants a paternity test. I am the delivery boy.
You are way too involved in this relationship.
Just like go do a movie or something.
Yeah.
Like just separate your life by some degree.
Yeah. This is not to say that a paternity test wouldn't be the course of action.
Yeah.
Like to go behind Tom's back. Weird.
He's just too involved. So she called me and started yelling, screaming. So I put her on mute for like 2 hours and she finally agreed. So what? She's just yelling over the phone. She's like, boop, like making some food.
And then he comes back in. She's like, okay, fine.
Yeah, he's like, great, see you then. Beep. Well, crazy. The day after Tom finally went to his house to bring the baby and get the paternity test done. I can't describe enough what happened even that day with Tara crying, begging him to think again, her parents too begging him to think, but he was cold. He took the baby and we drove to do the test. After that, he went to stay with me and my girlfriend at our house, leaving the baby with Tara and her parents. So a week ago, he got the results.
What do you think?
Got the results.
So you know, probably.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think she might have been cheating.
Might have been cheating, Riley?
I don't think she did. I think it's ancestors. That's my guess.
Yeah?
Ancestors.
Well, the grand reveal. And the results. Unfortunately, it was not his baby. Not his baby.
Dang.
That sucks. That sucks.
Ouch. Well, at least he has.
It doesn't suck because that wouldn't have happened if it did suck.
Riley!
Guys, We really need to get some little.
I need a
like
spray bottle.
Squirt gun or
yeah,
something.
squirt gun. Except it can't have any water in it.
Exactly.
It's more of a metaphor.
Dry water.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Steam gun.
Steam gun. There we go. Tom sent me to bring the results to his house, so I just knocked on the other door, and when our dad opened it, I just gave him the results and drove away. Damn. Cold-blooded.
He tosses the results.
Yeah,
and he's like,
just like the freaking news guy, you know, just like biking down, just like, there's your freaking results.
Oh my God.
Bro.
I don't know if OP's good.
I don't know either. He's a little strange, at least. Keep in mind, all this time, his and my phone were blowing up with texting calls. OP and Tom, I believe. So again, after hours of crying, he asked me for some advice on what he was supposed to do.
Okay.
Don't ask him.
Don't ask OP advice.
So here comes my part.
Oh God.
Now
Your part
I'm
wasn't
really
any of the stuff before that we've heard about.
Now I'm really gonna tell you.
I'm really involved.
Now I'm really gonna.
He asked for my advice. I'm going full steam ahead.
We talked about this for hours, and I was extremely sincere with him on my perspective. So I'm gonna make a resume, a resume about what I told him. I guess give us a TLDR.
Yeah. He's gonna give us a resume that lists all of his qualifications for giving advice.
This is why I'm the best candidate to run your life for you. I asked him if he loved the baby, whatever his color was, just from the first impact on seeing him.
Ooh.
Oh, he told me no because the baby reminds him of Tara's cheating, and that sensation is way more big than his love for the baby.
Way more big.
Way more big.
Yikes.
Oh, I asked him.
Sorry. Christina Laraca says resumen is summary in Spanish.
Oh,
yeah, because they're not. Yeah, we
the summary, the TLDR.
Yeah.
Thank you, Christina. Asked him this because some people feel an immediate connection and love with the baby, regardless of biology. Yeah. Then I told him that if it was me, I would divorce immediately because Tara never talked with Tom about their problems, her insecurities, and the major fact that she cheated on him, and probably Tom would forgive her because he's made like this and just deeply in love with Tara.
Okay, I think you're giving a little bit too much advice.
OP goes from being like, so do you want to just keep the baby? Like maybe you just like had this like instinctual like first connection.
Bond.
And then he's like, you should really dump her ass.
You should dump her. I think you should.
Surely.
Yeah. And then maybe you'll find someone new who's been with you the whole time and you didn't even realize that they were right in front of you. I will
leave my girlfriend for you right now.
Right now.
Let's do it. But then after hours of talking, I said that I don't want to influence him because it's his choice. And whenever he decides, I will be on his side anyways.
I don't
really.
Yeah, it sounds like you want to influence him.
Yeah, it sounds like you love being involved in his life.
Yeah.
He cried again for a little bit. Ha 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 ha.
Wait, OP said ha ha ha?
Yes, like 5 ha-has.
Why are you ha-haing?
Dude.
Tom's pain.
Oh my God. He cried a little bit. Ha 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 ha. And then started to call his parents and our friends for more advice. And I didn't even want to know what their advice was because I'm no one to judge other people's choices.
You've been judging them the whole time.
That is correct. 4 days ago, he made his choice. And he decided to meet Tara alone and decided to divorce her.
Shock.
Divorce.
Wow. You
are not the father. That is correct, Tiffany. Tom is not the father.
For sure not.
I knew this because he asked me to wait outside of his house just in case things went wrong. So I did. As per usual. OP's literally at every...
OP's a ride or die.
Yeah, you do got to give it to him. OP truly is a ride or die.
Yeah.
Tara started yelling at him, cursing and screaming the worst and nonsensical things I've ever heard. Like she has the right to cheat and then that she was sorry.
Whoa. Those are two separate things.
Very different, my girl. That he wouldn't be a good father anyways, and that I think the other guy would be a perfect dad and all kinds of BS.
Yikes.
That ain't helping your case.
Yikes.
That ain't helping your case.
Big yikes.
I heard Tom saying to Tara to pack her stuff and to go away from his house. And when I heard the noise of things breaking, and again, Tara yelling at Tom, I went in and saw Tara throwing stuff at Tom, everything she found. But then when she saw me standing there and watching her, she immediately stopped and started to pack her stuff while still yelling and cursing at him. I'm imagining OP just being like, I'm the sheriff's in town now, little lady, and you're not going to get away with these shenanigans anymore.
That's what I'm picturing as well.
That's right. Not gonna happen today.
Cassandra, I also feel sorry for the baby. It's sad.
Yeah.
When the baby gets caught in the middle.
The baby's always innocent.
Yeah.
So after about 2 hours, she finally went away and her parents picked her up, not before again begging to forgive Tara, to understand the situation. Question mark, and that everyone makes mistakes. So now Tom has contacted a divorce lawyer, but now for some reason I'm the one in the wrong because apparently only me and Tom's parents told him to divorce her because everyone else told him to forgive her. I mean, I'm being bombarded with calls and texts nonstop accusing me of manipulating Tom, but I don't know and don't understand why and where I went wrong. So am I the a-hole? Okay. This is interesting.
I don't think it was the wrong decision for OP's friend to divorce.
Yes.
However, I do think OP is a little bit the a-hole because he's a little bit too involved in this relationship.
Do you guys agree? Is OP the a-hole? Put down a-hole or NTA. Yeah, I think
we'll spray him. Don't worry.
I will say for sure, OP is entirely too involved.
Yeah.
Entirely too involved. And yeah, I think he's definitely too involved.
Mm-hmm.
I am struggling and teetering on if I think that he's the a-hole or not.
That's fair.
He did ultimately, I think in his weird, insane roundabout way, guide him towards the right path, which was, leaving and, get a divorce lawyer, all that good stuff. He did help him out.
His best friend.
This is his best friend. When Tara came in and was throwing stuff all over the place, he's like, hey, I stepped in. She stopped. I was there to help him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go not the a-hole.
Okay.
He's way too involved.
Yeah.
I think he needs to chill.
The a-hole for that.
Yeah. But I'll give him not the a-hole, but let us know what you think below. Stella Davis says, I don't know what he did, but if Sarah's placing me in bullying Sam, this is a side comment, that means I must bully Riley now. Guys,
it's
you know what to do.
Yeah,
gang up.
Go for it.
The worms versus the proteins.
Ooh,
it's
where my little proteins at?
It's a full-out war against the worms and the proteins.
Yes.
Let's see. We have not the a-hole. A-hole, yes, I agree. Way too involved, but not the a-hole.
Yeah, that's
just
fair.
call me Joe. Seems a little split. I mean, we were a little split on that. Yeah. So I think we can all agree he was way too involved.
I agree. Yes.
In general.
I agree.
100%. But you know what's not too involved?
This next story?
This next story.
Which is a call.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah. So
cue it up for me, big boy.
I have a story of my ex-BFF cheating on her soon-to-be fiance while we were on a road trip.
Whoa. Okay.
I think Sam Boney wants to get in here.
Uh-oh. Sammy is entering the chat. The queen has been dethroned. The worms will revolt.
Hello.
He's back, ladies and gentlemen. Put some W's in the chat for Sam and get ready for this call. There we go. Let's see what we got, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, this is John, Sam, and Sophia from OKOP Show. How you doing?
Hi. Good. How are you guys?
Doing good. So we heard that you had a maybe ex-best friend who got a little saucy on the road and maybe cheated. Could you tell us the story? Give us the 30 to 60 second breakdown.
Yeah. How did you find out?
Yeah. So long story short, we were on a road trip and we stopped in New Orleans to see our friends that we had kind of knew after high school. I had a crush on him years ago, and then she was engaged at the time. And
to him.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'm driving.
You're good.
And she ended up hooking up with him while we stopped in New Orleans, but we were road tripping her back from New York to LA. So basically her and her fiance could get married, but she cheated on him.
Oh.
During that road trip.
So she cheated on him, and so you're like, this is my time to swoop in?
No. Definitely not.
But she did cheat with your old crush, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't anything at that point.
Right,
but
right.
She, like I said, was engaged, and I had, was she already engaged? Here, baby. Sorry. Yes, no, she wasn't engaged already. I'm sorry. I was planning the proposal with her soon-to-be fiancé because it was supposed to be a surprise.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's an engagement.
Right.
And so we were driving from New York to LA, and then we were going to fly back to New York because he was still living there. And that's when the whole proposal was going to happen. But during that time, when we stopped in New Orleans, she had cheated. And I was feeling like really off about it, obviously, because I had known her boyfriend, soon to be fiance, since high school. And I didn't say anything, but then after like us being there a week longer than we were supposed to, I kind of just said, look, like this is getting really uncomfortable, and I'm feeling really bad for Matt.
Yeah.
That was his name. And like, we were supposed to be in Austin like 5 days ago, and then we basically had to like rush the whole, last end of our trip to California from New Orleans because she just wanted to stay there and keep cheating, basically.
Oh, wait, it was like over and over. That was the delay?
Yikes.
We were only supposed to be there for like 2 nights in Louisiana, and then we ended up staying there like a week.
I feel like that's taking cold feet to another level.
Yeah. So I ended up telling her, like, look, like, this isn't right, and because I remember I'm hiding the proposal.
Yeah.
At the time still. So I basically just gave her an ultimatum. I was like, look, you either need to call Max tonight and tell him what the fuck is going on, or I'm going to have to because this just isn't cool.
Yeah. That good on you for setting that ultimatum.
Thank you. But, I mean, it didn't really make me feel great, obviously, because I wasn't trying to, like, ruin anything between them. But at the same time, like, again, I'm hiding this proposal.
Of course.
That I'm secretly setting up with him, and she's over here cheating, and she just like would always do things like that would break girl code.
Yeah.
And
so what did she do once you told her about the ultimatum?
She just started breaking down, crying, and was like, no, like we decided that like during like this last during this road trip that we can have like an open relationship before like we settle down and I move in.
But don't tell them about the open relationship. Just like you and me know that we have an open relationship. Just don't tell them though.
What are the rules?
On your end.
Yeah, right.
No, come on. I've known you guys since high school. I know.
BS.
No, like, come on. And so she was just like, okay, fine. Like, I'll let him know. And he was like obviously devastated.
Oh, of course.
To him. We ended up leaving New Orleans the next day. He wasn't even sure like if he, still wanted everything to go through. But we talked, and I don't know, like they figured it out amongst them. But then
they still got married?
Yeah, they're married now. But
Snap-a-doodle-doo.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Are you like that's cool, or you're like, no, maybe not?
I mean,
that's so cool.
I feel bad for Max because they were high school sweethearts, and then they did their own thing for a little bit, for several years. We're in our 30s, so we're old. We're older than John.
I see you. Oh my God.
But yeah, I mean, apparently they're happy. They moved back to Los Angeles from New York, and they actually stayed with me at my apartment for a little while. And this, like, that when she was staying with me at my apartment after they moved back from New York, is when I really ended the friendship with her, because she was just really like, I just couldn't after all that.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
She sounds a little toxic, but good on you good on you for setting ultimatums, setting your boundaries. It sounds like you did the right thing, and I wish them a happily ever after. I guess.
I mean, they seem to be happy. I wish them the happy. A happy life together too. I hope that she doesn't put Max through anymore.
Yeah, me too. Well, thank you so much for calling in and doing the right thing. W was in the chat for you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you calling. That was a surprise.
Also, who are we talking to, so we can see who you are in the chat?
Oh, my. I'm sorry. What was that?
Like, what's your chat name, so we can see who you are?
Oh, I'm the blonde one.
The blonde one.
There we go. Well, thank you so
Yeah.
much for calling in, and your baby sounds cute.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone's loving the baby, by the
you.
way. Absolute star.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, guys. All right, cool. That was exciting. Thank you.
Of course. Have a great night. Great chatting with you.
Thank you. You
See
too.
ya.
You guys are so fun. I love you all.
Oh,
Me
you're the
too.
best. See ya.
Bye.
Aoki says, "Woo, baby."
Oh,
Jason
that's
says,
so
"OMG, the blonde one."
No, I've seen them in chat.
Lol. Love that shot that she just fired at me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And then Kimberly Fine
yeah.
was like, that's impressive considering John's 40.
That was funny.
She said, no. She was like giving you props because like she was like, we're older than you.
Yeah.
No, she's like, I'm
a
old.
person
Like,
in the
we're
chat.
older than John.
Oh,
chat.
Oh, yeah. And Kimberly Fine said that.
Yeah.
I see.
It was good, though. I loved it. Respect. Game recognizes game.
Respect.